Hi, welcome back to our session here in Onshape. Today we model this part that was designed in 206 under the model menu. And these are the 2D drawings. The first thing we need is to understand the 2D drawings. As you can see from this view, we have these two arcs, the arc, this arc, and this arc, but this one is the tangent one, 92. Then from the front view, we have this type of contour of 32. The first thing we need is to make this side profile. I've already started a part studio to 6 here. I need to first of all make that front profile, that is 92. Yeah, that's 92, 20, 32, like that. An arc of 20. Let me do an arc here, like that, of 20, another one of 32, like that. Yeah, watch out here. You have to delete this deletion, don't need it. This one to be 32. Lastly, an arc that connects these two, like that. This arc is tangent to both arcs. Yeah, if I go back here, this back arc is like a quadrant. You can see this line here. Therefore this one is like a quadrant. Okay, therefore we need to make sure that this point and this point is vertical, like that. What happens here? This becomes smaller. Also, we need to make sure this point and this point are coincident, like that. Then we also make sure this point and this line is also coincident. Now we need to fully define our sketch. It can slide. Because this one is 92, we can maybe maybe we can define from this point to this point, because it can only slide. You can see, maybe we can say maybe from this point to this point to be 46, just to make sure our sketch is fully defined. Although these dimensions are not here, you can see the center here, or let's make this one our origin here. Instead of this, let's this and this to be our origin. This point and this origin here to be coincident here. At least we assume this is our origin here, this point here. Then we need to extrude up to, you can see, up to 32. Therefore we need to extrude up to 32. 32 symmetry done. Okay, we have captured the front view. Let's now go to the left view. We need a curve. You can see from this diagram here, this top, we are on this top here, we have a 32, but from here is straight. Therefore, and go back to the top view, I need to sketch that curve fit, because I have an arc from this point to this point, and these two arcs, they share the same origin, like that, but this one is a 32, like that. You can see it becomes tangent. It is tangent to this line. If I remove this coincident, if I convert entity this one here, still these two, if they are tangent, see what happens. Therefore I have to make sure that this and this are horizontal. Basically it's a vertical in this scenario, vertical. You can see it goes to the origin. The reason why I said this curve, they share the same origin here. Okay, then we need maybe to extend some lines here because we want to revolve cut and this into a parallel dimension here. Can use maybe 15, doesn't matter because you just want to cut. Okay, if you now go to revolve cut here, something is missing. What's missing here? We need a central axis to revolve to. We can reuse the existing sketch because I just need these three curves, this one, this and this, to revolve along. Right click, go to create selection. It's an edge, this, and these three. Okay, now we want to remove. You can see what happens. It just selects one curve. If I select this one, doesn't select continuous lines here. Therefore, in Onshape, for this to select continuous, we can use what we call a composite curve. I connect this one to form one curve. Therefore, then I can now sweep, remove. For the uh, sweep, oh sorry, I was supposed to use not revolve. Apologies. I was to use sweep. For the path, this curve here. Let me first for the select. I want to select this curve. But for the edges, my sketch. I thought I selected sweep. Yeah, I meant sweep, not revolve. That's what I meant. But now you have to select solid and have to use remove. Select again, remove from this part. Like that. Yeah. Can see now my part. Let's try to use sketch instead of a composite curve. Let's see what happens here. Therefore, this sketch, I meant sweep. We want to remove this part. We want not to sweep this sketch and this part. When you select sketch, it selects everything. You can see the reason why I want to do create selection. Select this, and this. Add. Yeah, it works. Therefore, you can use sketch. You don't need a composite curve. Yeah, you can use sketch. Therefore, let me just suppress these two. We don't need them. Otherwise, let me just delete, because now we have the front view as this that two. We have the side view here. We have captured everything. If you go back to the model, you can see now you can see these two. You can see this top face. You can see here. Okay. Next is we need to now make this section here of 30. You can see this one is 30. And if this is 30, you can see it goes the other side. Therefore, I need a plane that is at the middle and sketch into that plane. Let me do circle of diameter 60 because I'm using 30. Okay, therefore number 2, line to this point, line to this point, make this vertical, trim, boom, like that. I need now to revolve this to this axis like that. You can see we have it on the other side, both sides here. The next thing I think we need to do is you can see wall thickness 4 mm. Before you do the shell, we need to do the fillet, these two fillets of 1 mm. Therefore, let's do a 1 mm fillet in this face. This face, is it 1 mm really? No, this one is not to be 1 mm is inside. This 4, thickness 4. Yeah, it is. This are 4 mm. You can see 2 times 4. 4 mm. Yeah, it is a 4 mm. The 1 mm is inside, but the outside here, you can see from here is 4 mm. Therefore, it's supposed to be 4. Yeah, to be 4 mm. Okay, the seams that can't work. I have to use this first, then this can't work. Whenever you realize that you can't fillet two edges at the same time, it's so simple. Fillet one edge at a time. It will work. Therefore, let me first do the first fillet, then perform second fillet like that. Please note the order by which you do the fillet. If I go back to this image, you can see these ones are continuous. You can see this how it is. If I go back here, you can see they are not the same. They are not the same. Here I have two lines. You can see this section here, but here you have just one line. They are not the same. If you interchange, see what happens. The order by which you select the fillet is very important. You can see this one how it is. This one is it becomes slimmer, but you can see here the top one seems continuous. Okay, therefore you have to fillet this edge first. Yeah, you have to interchange. Make sure you fillet this edge first. You can see this one it is. If you interchange, fillet that edge first, then second edge. Same case to the other side. Then you have to shell and use 4 mm this face. Boom. Can see? If you perform fillets after the shell, see what happens. We have sharp edges inside. These are sharp edges inside. Therefore, make sure you perform the shell command after filleting. Next is we need this rib. I have 12 4 mm thickness. Therefore, the first thing we need is a plane that is 4 mm offset, like that. Yeah, this one is a 4 mm offset. You can see here, this 4. Here we have a 4 mm. From this surface to this is a 4 mm offset. You sketch on this face, okay? Do circle first. Offset this by 4 mm. Then dimension the inner one to be 12. Make a line at this point like that. Let's do circular pattern. Okay, circular pattern this fine, not fully defined because this center and this center has to be coincident like that. Let me make it shorter, like that. Fine. Then I want to extrude this. Basically, there's something I've noticed when I was trying to do the circular pattern. I pressed S command. Yeah, you can see the yarn. You can customize your S key. Therefore, you don't need to go here. Just customize your keyboard and your S key. Yeah, so that you can become more effective, more efficiency. Therefore, next is to extrude this. I'm pressing Shift E. Shift E. Shift E is to extrude. up to face, up to this face. Otherwise, I can do, instead of up to face, I like using up to next. Yeah, so that I'll make sure that my extrude boss goes to the next phase. If I do new, see what happens. This extrude base will take the shape of this part. If I hide, you can see takes that shape. If you do new, you can boolean. Boolean is your combine. There's no boolean here. You can always customize your S key. You can union like that. Show. Okay. I want to go back to my sketch. How to use rib of this 3 4 mm downside. Boom. See what happens. You can see, unfortunately, this rib can't work. But in some CAD systems, when the rib doesn't touch the part, it works. What you do is so simple. Edit, make sure these lines are coincident, like that. Let's see what happens when you try to perform the rib again. Like that. Like that. Okay. Still doesn't work. Do the merge. Untick the merge. Extend here. Let's extend profiles and merge. Something is not okay. Okay, let me just go back to how it was. Control Z. Let me perform rib again. Select rib, sketch profile, this sketch, extend profile so that this got to become extended to the surface. Merge to this part. What's happening? What's not happening here? This is so weird. Let me figure out what's happening. Okay, my bad. There's something I forgot to mention. If you go to the rib command, not draft, rib, you don't need to, as I said, you don't need to extend this line to this. No, you don't need to do that. If you select this 3 here with a 4 mm, you can select here. It will extend automatically for you. But you can see they are parallel to the path. You have to select no more to the sketch plane to be no more. So that initially what happened is it was trying to extrude along x-axis to be parallel to the path. You have to select normal to the sketch plane. Yeah? Yeah, that's what you do. Then let's hide the sketch, do the appearance. Then insert the inner fillets of 1 mm. Instead of selecting one by one, you can always use create selection, do like that. Let's use a loop like that. You can create selection here, or you cannot select one by one. Depends on your preferences. People have different preferences. Like that. You can do inner face here. If fillets are not formed automatically, you can just select first, as I discussed. You can separate these fillets. You don't have to select everything at once. Okay? Yeah. That's how you model this part of the model menu. If you want to assign material, you can assign material here. Okay, thank you. Stay tuned for more advanced exercises.